Good morning to you, our viewers, listeners watching on air and online this morning. We are live on NTN with this morning's news update. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jessie Leonce. I'm joined by my colleague down here at Parliament Building in downtown Castries, Carlton Cyril. Good morning to you, Carlton. Fate has brought us, taken us away from the studio and into Parliament Building today.
Definitely, Jessie, and of course, we hope our viewers do understand what it is. Of course, it's the delivery of the budget, and we are here for this occasion again, 2020-2021. And of course, we have seen so far, interestingly enough, Jessie, the government's plan on moving forward as it relates to not only expenditure of the country in general, but of course dealing with COVID.
Absolutely.
And we will see, I guess, as we go along today, we are hoping to see and hear even more how exactly this administration plans to deal with what's going on.
Absolutely. On Tuesday, the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Alan Chasney, did lay out his budget address, his plans for this coming fiscal year, the appropriation bill tabled for 2020-2021 on Tuesday, and the budget debate ensued.
Yes.
Subsequently, we've seen so far persons making their contributions toward the budget address. And as Carlton rightly mentioned, the debate continues today, this morning. We should be having a continuation of the parliamentary proceedings with the House of Assembly this morning. So we do hope that you can stay tuned for the duration of today's proceedings. Listen to matters of national interest, what the parliamentary representatives have to say with respect to the plans of this government of St. Lucia. I have a smile on my face, Carlton. You may not be able to see it, but St. Lucia, fortunately, has returned to its 100% recovery rate of COVID-19. We got that update from the Ministry of Health and Wellness yesterday, and we go now to an update coming from the Ministry of Health and Wellness as of yesterday. Take a listen.
As of June 23, 2020, the World Health Organization reported a total of 8,993,659 confirmed cases of COVID-19 globally, with 469,587 deaths. There are now 4,437,946 confirmed cases in the region of the Americas. St. Lucia currently has on record 19 cases of COVID-19. The last case was diagnosed on June 4, 2020. This individual has now recovered fully and has been discharged from the hospital, giving the country a 100% recovery rate. As such, there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 currently in care. Testing results received on June 24, 2020 indicated 27 negative test results. A total of 1,619 tests have been carried out to date. There are now 306 people in quarantine. Most of those are nationals repatriated from cruise ships. All persons in quarantine are doing well with no symptoms of COVID-19. The Ministry of Health, we note the continuous increase in global cases of COVID-19. So though at a national level we've been able to manage this epidemic, we remind everyone of the need to remain cautious and to maintain behaviors which will reduce the risk of spreading the virus. Be reminded that in addition to the hand hygiene and cough etiquette, with the use of the mask and maintaining physical distancing requirements, self-care is also necessary and an important component of our prevention efforts. Through the combination of increased daily consumption of fresh fruits and vegetables, regular physical activity, avoiding harmful products like tobacco and the excessive consumption of alcohol, a stronger immune system is built. By building your immune levels, there is increased ability to fight off COVID-19 and other infectious diseases. For people living with chronic conditions, these actions are of particular importance and will add great value in preventing further complications with their condition. You may also visit your closest community wellness center or speak with your private healthcare provider for further guidance on actions to assist in the prevention of ill health. They remain available to guide and support you in decisions that promote health and well-being. The Department of Health and Wellness, we will continue providing you with regular updates on COVID-19.
That was the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Sharon Belmar George, giving us a status update on COVID-19. Our status right now in St. Lucia, we've now been able to regain, the enviable position of having a 100% recovery rate here in St. Lucia. The 19th case, that was the one active case we had on island being treated at the respiratory hospital, formerly the Victoria Hospital. She has fully recovered. So wonderful news on that point. Again, we continue to advise you to observe the protocols. It continues to be done at the highest levels of government, the highest levels of state, and we do hope that in your own way, you are doing so as well. Continue to wear the mask, continue to observe the 6-foot distance. Be sure to sanitize your hands or wash your hands with soap and water where you're able to take all the necessary precautions to protect yourself, because the threat of COVID-19 continues, and not to harp on it too much, but that is the reality of things. COVID-19 continues to be, despite us dealing with the Saharan dust, the onset of the hurricane season. Yes, these things are there and these things are emerging and these things are newer, but COVID-19 continues to be an ever-present threat to our society, especially as we reopen our borders. So we encourage you to take every precaution at this time to ensure you protect yourself and your family during this COVID-19 reality. Carlton?
Ok, Jesse, thanks so much. Et puis, quand nous continuons ici à avoir information, quand nous faisons changer, nous amener au rapport nous aujourd'hui en caille concept côté budget qu'a trouvé qu'on est présenté. Nous le Premier ministre a fait adresse et puis nous aussi déjà les venus pour leader opposition, les a parlé parmi l'autre. C'est Jean Parlement. Mais nous allons continuer ici à avoir information et quand la coutume est venue pour Covid, nous allons côté nous et puis c'est l'IMOA qui était nous du bout est venu pour Covid. Et puis là hier le 24 juin nous avons office CMOA et puis là il était nous c'est l'IMOA pour date hier nous avons 27 ça c'est 27 tests négatifs et ça bon tout seul pour date nous avons testé 1617 moun a trouvé quoi yo testé et ça qui bien bon j'ai cité qu'a fait référence pour ça c'est date qui à présent nous ni toutes ces moun qui ont trouvé quoi yo testé positif ja oui couvert ça pas veut dire nous prendre Covid et pas qu'à joindre pour la peine là nous attendons mademoiselle Belma qu'a dit nous c'est lui qui chef officier médical là il a dit nous et puis nous qui suivre une nouvelle l'autre pays quand ils savent c'est l'imoa ja argumenté pour la peine il a demandé tout le monde s'il vous plaît changer nous en dit dans situation ça toujours côté nous combattre Covid pour la peine il a demandé monde s'il vous plaît pour empêcher Wislan pour transmettre vermine et a dit pas oublier protocole national qui est déjà établi masla distance sociale est bien important les venir pour monde pas quoi ces pièces yon ces bagages ça qui kay empêcher hen Covid là il dit nous encore monde pour changer ou qui jani pièce maladie ou qui vulnérable souple point oui medo et si pas ça aller voir yon docteur il bien important date qui monde fait ça parce que là encore nous ca dou et nous ca vie faut changer nous ca combattre vermine toujours parmi bagay comme bien dit si moi fait nous changer sous senti pièce maladie ou Japon oui mais ou pas ouais maladie pas qu'un prouver souple attendez on dans ces cliniques là qui plus pour là parce que il c'est plus mais bagay ou ça fait c'est yon bagay ou ça fait pour empêcher vermine si mais ou j'ai encore moi toujours garder zoé par haut passer tête.
Thanks for that, Carlton. And just to go back to, if you're just joining us, a special good morning to you. We are live. We're coming to you from the Parliament building in downtown Castries. We do have some parliamentary representatives that are seated at this time for the budget debate that will continue this morning. In the meantime, I just want us to go over the contents of the budget address that was tabled by the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Alan Chastanet, on Tuesday, delivering the appropriation bill for 2020-2021, the plans of the government, the plans of this administration for this upcoming fiscal year. And Carlton, you and I spoke a bit about the immediate plans we were seeing coming out of the government of St. Lucia in light of the COVID-19 situation, economic recovery and the resilience plan of the government of St. Lucia. And I just want to go over it quickly. Of course, it's a very dense amount of information, but just to go over it quickly to let persons know the opportunities that are available for them in this short term. In terms of the economic recovery and resilience plan of the government of St. Lucia, we have the efforts to stimulate the economy. We have benefits being offered to small businesses in St. Lucia, and talking about blended loan grant assistance being given, the provision of monies to Belfund, an injection, a shot in the arm for Belfund to better deal with persons coming in and wanting to, persons who perhaps have lost their jobs and now want to start a small business. Also, persons, commercial and residential landlords. The government of St. Lucia is responding to a lot of the concerns that were out there. The thousands of individuals who've lost their jobs, many of whom were now on the breadline, cannot pay their rent. And the government of St. Lucia is responding to that, speaking about, the 50% waiver on commercial property taxes for the period 2019 to 2020 to landlords who extend moratoriums of a minimum 20% of monthly rental charges. Also those in rental accommodation. The government of St. Lucia is proposing to offer a tax deduction to landlords, that's for residential landlords, of 20% of the monthly rental value for a period of 6 months. So in effect, this a tenant who pays a monthly rent of $1,000 will now have their rent reduced to $800 due to the reduced taxation of the landlord.
And of course, landlords could then claim for it
exactly
under the taxes. Another aspect of it, speaking exactly to the stimulus, we would recognize the 7.96 million EC dollars, a boost for agriculture.
Absolutely.
Another aspect of that. We saw that coming into place. Not to forget also, Jesse, when we have to do with the subsidy as it relates, and we heard the Honorable Bradley Phillip made mention to it, the subsidy as it relates to government, and an additional $5 subsidy to the flour.
The bakers,
on
bulk flour.
From bulk flour. So you would see overall there is a plan, Jesse. One, I guess, is a matter of finding which one directly applies to you.
To the individual.
To the individual, and of course taking steps to accessing those.
We did hear from the Economic Development Department speaking on the fast tracking of shovel-ready capital investment projects, and the government of St. Lucia has looked to the construction sector to stimulate the economy even more at this time. In addition, another effort of the government of St. Lucia in stimulating the economy is strengthening social protection systems. And speaking to some of the government ministers, speaking to officials at this time, this seems to be one of the main focus of the government of St. Lucia at this time. Primarily reducing the electricity fuel surcharge. And the Honorable Prime Minister did explain that the fuel surcharge of $1 will be reduced by 50 cents for a 6-month period. And this is expected to generate savings, which will be used to reduce electricity bills of qualifying households between $50 and $100 per month. Also, we have the expansion of the Public Assistance Cash Transfer Program from 2,600 households to 3,600 households. And understand that the social protection systems is not for the typical poor and vulnerable who've been on the poverty list and whatnot. The government of St. Lucia is now encapsulating and taking into consideration individuals who have been plunged into poverty, plunged on the breadline due to the debilitating effects of COVID-19. We also have the increase on the child disability grant from $200 to $300. The increase in grant for persons living with HIV from $100 to $200. The increase in the grant for children in foster care from $200 to $300. And also mentioning their COVID-19 hygiene care packages for the poor and vulnerable as well. One thing I'm glad to see is the microfinancing of loans to households to diversify into micro, small enterprises and cottage industries. Sometimes you have a gift you can bake cakes, you can,
Yes.
you have a trade, and losing your job perhaps in an office somewhere, you can now look to that to
Yes.
sustain your family. And also in terms of strengthening social protection systems in St. Lucia, the government is looking to jumpstart some small infrastructure projects in the rural community, thereby stimulating the economy even further.
And of course, Jesse, we finally will have to move to what has been a lot of debate has gone around when it comes to, of course, recognizing the essential
Absolutely.
services. Jesse, a lot of talk. I mean, persons has identified the pros, the cons for it, but of course, the government did, and the Prime Minister did noted that when it comes to the essential services, during the height of all of this, Jesse, and they find it fitting right now with all the challenges, with all what they went through, and now we are seeing when it comes
The
to
discrimination.
Yes, of course, which of course led to the Prime Minister even making mention to that during the hype of all of it. Essential workers as nurses and stuff were refused, entry to minibuses and whatnot. And now we are seeing when it comes to the nurses, police officers, firemen, firewomen, taking public transport. And as I mentioned, they were refused. And now we are saying government has taken the decision to provide duty-free concession and vehicles for a stipulated period time to essential staff who has been employed, of course, with conditions, has been employed for more than 5 years with the public service.
Now that will not only be enjoyed by essential service workers, we have taxi operators and the minibus operators in St. Lucia will stand to benefit from 100% duty-free concessions on the importation of motor vehicles. And so we do hope that the taxi operators, we do hope that the minibus operators are listening to this information, hopefully to make a decision on whether they can capitalize on this opportunity that the government of St. Lucia is offering. We do know that the minibus operators have experienced many challenges and have had to sacrifice so much at this time, especially in the early mitigative, when the government of St. Lucia decided to put on the lockdown, the border restrictions, all of these things.
And
the minibus operators did suffer.
And we did hear from them, Jesse, without cutting you short.
Absolutely.
We had them in studio on 2 occasions, making mention to the ongoing negotiations, and I think we could now see, Jesse, as it relates to where they were going, and I think, like they did say, it's a matter of ironing out the differences and making steps. Vite, si vous avez une kakachile sakale, nous en kai consiste et puis c'est ici nous avons budget qu'a discuté et puis nous avons continuer commencer lundi premier ministre fait adresse li et puis hier nous continuer qui continuer jeudi encore et puis il y en a ces bagages là nous avons juste discuter c'est les venir pour plan gouvernement et gouvernement j'ai dit il a approché économie et puis payer par phase avec 3 phases il mentionnait et quand parmi il a dit résilience les venir pour vieux bâti secteur qui a produit et santé. Deuxième phase là, les venus pour santé, résilience pour santé, et puis les venus pour management, risque désastre, et puis changement en temps, et puis qu'a commencé puis manière qui adressé pour stimuler l'économie. Et provision a fait là pour 3,1 millions de dollars. Et vous savez, c'est l'agence qui a sorti en bas l'on nous déjà ni, mais nous avons bien tant les venus pour chasser l'on ça l'argent, yo ça prince l'agence avec directeur pour qui est bien brisé par l'agence comme on dit 3,1 millions ça nous gouvernement a dit yo kay prendre et puis ici yon yo kay bay loan et puis grant pour assister moun en web de 5,000 pour 25,000 dollars expressement petit business petit place qui brisé assistance ça et qui ouvre attention à sous sécurité manger pour payer et puis les venir pour improver technologie digitale et yo kay fait ça par banque développement Saint-Lucie encore yo a dit à peu près 1,200 pour 1,500 petit business avec classe ça bénéfice un bénéfice en bas ça l'autre bagage là nous encore l'autre provision qui fait c'est les venir pour bail assistance pour chaque business qui voulait commencer business qui trouvait qu'on affecté par COVID-19 nous la Premier ministre qui a dit encore ça c'est yon yo kay bay banque développement Saint-Lucie nous ka parler de 5 millions dollars yo kay mette pour initiative ça pour nous bien d'où monsieur en chaque information mais nous ka toucher en c'est ça qui a parlé c'est ça moun ka parler direct ça nous qui est important pour à présent pour nous parler à ce l'OAI les vini pour l'OAI et puis moun qui ka loué kay nous ka écouter gouvernement a dit 20% pourcentage les vini pour moun qui ka loué yo kay yo ça déducté par exemple des sous ka payer $1,000 par mois $200 ça moun qui tout fait quoi yo affecté ça paye $800 et puis ou qui ka loué ça clamer ça en bas taxe pas nous toucher en chay en nous dit nous ka espérer pour parlement commencer mais pas dit temps ça qu'a fait nous-mêmes quand nous toucher à sous yon de ces points qui déjà fait là les venir pour plan gouvernement pour budget ça et puis vitement nous de parler à sous ces projets nous ka gouvernement de parler qui ka yo ka implémenter là même et puis parmi yo ka ça les venir pour finir l'hôpital là faire assurer l'hôpital là une capacité parce que yon a ces bagages là nous continuellement attendre les venir pour nous pas combattre vermine ça pas veut tout bagaille déjà fini nous ne pouvons mettre bagaille en place en tous les cas parce que on nous bien dans nouvelle bon matin